Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson, talking today about the importance of getting depth on your volleys, all right? Going around the club, it's just very, very common for me to see these volleys come off the racket, you know, even up to the high levels where the ball is landing too short in the court. And you guys, for a number of different reasons, I think you understand that short volleys don't give us a lot of confidence around the net. Opponent comes in, I'm bringing the net into play, a little bit of nervousness, I'm dumping those volleys. All right, so a couple ideas that I have for you guys on how to get a little more depth on your volley. First, and probably the most important to me, is I don't want you guys to, come to that abrupt stop on your volley. When you guys do that, you get to the ball and you make this abrupt stop, the ball comes off and it just gets killed. Even if you slam into it, it's immediately moving on this kind of quick downward path. Okay, and that's a lot of times bringing that opponent in where we now have to retreat off the net. So I want to see that stroke lengthen out a little more past contact to help you guys get that ball to carry deeper into the court. And I think a really nice idea to tie into that is that if you guys add a little bit of backspin to what you're currently getting on your volley, it's just going to naturally open those strings up a little more, which obviously produces a little more height, okay? Obviously don't make it such an important thing that we start popping a backspin volley up, but just a little more gradual backspin into this better release on your volley, and I think you guys will start to find that ball carrying deeper into the court. So let me go ahead and show you those two volleys. The first being that one that, again, is too abrupt on my finish. And, you guys, a lot of times when you feel that, you'll just try to hit that volley as hard as you can. And now the really bad thing about that is when you hit it harder and you're still abrupt, the bounce of the ball off your opponent's side of the court comes up higher. Now it's a very, very easy shot for the opponent, okay? So here's the one we're trying to stay away from. You guys can see I'm landing that inside the service line, and that bounce kind of comes up very quickly. It's a nice shot for an opponent at the baseline to have to handle. So here's that little bit more length with the idea that I'm gonna add a little bit of backspin. And now that ball's getting within 2 or 3 feet of the baseline, and if my opponent is anywhere near the baseline, they're playing that pick-me-up ground stroke that not a lot of us are too comfortable with, okay? One more thing I want to kind of touch on here is the visual idea. A lot of times it's very tough in my position to coach someone how to visualize getting the ball from the zone that they're commonly landing it in and visualize it getting to a spot that they want to land it in. And for me, I've found that the easiest way to do this is by playing a game of catch, okay? So if Mark is standing up here, relatively around the zone that I'm landing a lot of my volleys, you guys can see if I tell Mark to catch the ball up here out of the air, it's pretty hard for him. Ball's getting down by his feet, it's not easy. So if I'm trying to help Mark catch this ball and he's standing there, the visual of trying to help him and trying to keep the ball higher produces a reaction from my body similar to what we just discussed on technique. Now if I push Mark even farther back and give myself this visual that I'm trying to allow him to catch it in a much deeper zone, all of a sudden my body starts responding to these technique ideas that are sometimes tough to work on in the middle of a match or in the middle of practice. So go out and do that where you have a partner and place them in a position where you'd like to see these volleys land, and start to toss a couple where you guys volley and you make it easy for somebody to catch the ball. And you'll get out of that mode where you're just kind of abruptly stopping these volleys and start working through them better, okay? I think we all agree, more depth on our volleys is a real value to our game at the net. So start to go out, practice that little bit of release, that little more backspin, and get a little better visual of where you're trying to get the ball to go. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. Please click like below this video, and if you happen to be watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and we'll see you guys soon.